going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Happy Thursday. All right. How's everybody doing? I've got a good one. I've got a couple good ones tonight. Got, I think, 4 different hearings. Yeah, I think it's 4 in total. We've got some Judge Slaven to start off with. We've got some Judge Simpson. Got a funny hearing in Kentucky. I never remember what that judge's name is, though. And then we finished with Judge Gauthier down in Florida. Okay. That's what's on the docket. All right, let's go. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
His iPhone.
Yes.
All right, so if you have video, turn your video on, because if you walked into my courtroom, I'd be able to see who I'm dealing with. And which case are you here on? You are muted. Right?
Sorry, Your Honor, I am here on the Shelton matter.
All right. And you are from, you are Miss Lubinsky, okay. Lubinsky?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. And today is the date and time set for a motion to set aside a default judgment. So, and this is case 2402-2711 LT. Miss Lubinsky, your appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Kimberly Lubinsky on behalf of Michael Kelly, the landlord.
Okay, so.
Yeah, I am really sorry about that last night, guys. I should have paid more attention to what I was rating. I did not. I was just excited because I never get a chance to rate Irish Demon. I think that might have been the second time I've ever done it. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to what he was talking about, but I knew, he's been in this constant battle with a couple people over the last couple months. I should have known better. So I am really sorry, guys. It's, when he does court stuff and frauditor stuff, he's funny. But yeah, last night was So I do apologize for everyone that was very upset with me last night. So I will take the blame for it. I should have known better.
All right, so there was a default judgment. This was on a case for non-payment of rent. And the default judgment was entered on the 19th of August. And you filed this motion to set aside the default judgment. In order to set aside a default judgment, 2 things must be shown. And as a matter of fact, the court rules don't even allow me to grant a motion to set aside a default judgment unless there are 2 things. 1, good cause, and 2, an affidavit of meritorious defense. Now, the application, looking at the application and motion, there is no affidavit of meritorious defense. In the section here, it's not notarized. An affidavit has to be notarized. This isn't even notarized. And with regard to the certificate of compliance, that isn't a valid defense to a rental property. So if you owe rent, you owe rent. I mean, if somebody lived there, you kept all your stuff there, you slept there, you still got to pay rent. It used to be back in the day, if you didn't have if you violated the provisions of the ordinances with regard to, you don't have the certificate of occupancy and that kind of stuff, and then we would just dismiss the case. But then they changed that, the law changed, and that's not a valid defense. That's something that you have to take up with the city, and the city has to file a civil case of ordinance violation against the owner of the premises. But it's kind of like having a restaurant. If a restaurant doesn't have a business license and you buy a taco from them and you eat the taco, you still owe the dollar for the taco because you ate a taco. A dollar's worth of taco went in my belly. I got to pay $1 worth of taco. Doesn't matter if they have a business license or don't have a business license. I guess that's the thinking of when they changed the rule, is what I'm saying. So,
Could I say something about that?
Are you
Quit sucking up no and no. I'm gonna say that to you every time I see you in Judge Slaven's court chat now, every single time, because I think it's funny. To let you guys in on the inside joke, I don't know. This is like 2 or 3 days ago. No said, "Good morning, Judge. You're one of my favorites. Just wanted to say hi." So I jumped in and said, "Quit sucking up." Now I say it to him every day.
we currently still, is it Mr. and Mrs. Shelton? Shelton, I didn't want to be
Yes, it
presumptuous,
is.
yes? So, Mr. and Mrs., currently still at the 6469 West Point?
Yes, Your Honor, we are. Can I
Okay.
say something though about the certificate?
It literally has nothing to do with whether or not you owe
It's
rent.
not just the
It
certificate.
has nothing to do with whether you owe rent, though.
Yes, it does, because he doesn't have
I'm just telling you by
rental
law, it
certificate.
doesn't.
He doesn't have a certificate of ordinance, and he hasn't fixed anything in the home that he said he was going to when he purchased the home. We were already living here when he purchased the home.
Okay. Again, what I'm saying is, with regard to whether or not somebody owes or doesn't owe rent, it doesn't.
He didn't own the home when he signed the lease with us.
So, now, when September's rent came, because it's September 12th, did you guys pay September's rent?
We have not heard from him since April.
Okay, so, council, I have two options here. Because September's rent is now due, and this one only covered up through August. So if I grant their motion, then the default judgment is set aside, and the parties can have at the case the way they would have had at the case. And if there comes to a consent judgment or a hearing and a judgment after hearing, then it would include the rent that goes up through and including September. If I deny their motion, then all you have is the judgment, and you would have to file a new action with regard to September and moving forward. So I noticed that there was not a written response to their request. Do you have any objection to granting on the motion and setting aside the default judgment and having the case be set for hearing? Or what would you like to argue here on the record?
Thank you, Your Honor. As Your Honor pointed out, the defendant have not been able to meet any of the requirements to set aside a judgment of default. They have not submitted an affidavit of meritorious defense. They have no meritorious defense. They had squatted in that property before my client purchased it. Since my client purchased it and entered a lease agreement with these defendants, they have paid $400. That's it. They have no good cause or excusable neglect for not having appeared at the previous hearing. If Your Honor does remember, their excuse for not appearing at the previous hearing was because her car was blocked in. Your Honor, I strenuously object to entering an order in their favor in this matter. This is done. They've had a chance to litigate it. They're professional renters. We're done. We're simply seeking to have their motion denied, and we will seek a writ of eviction.
All right, so
Have you seen the picture? Oh, I don't know if I could show it because it's hold on. I can do it this way, I think. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I want to show this. See if this works. Here we go. Hopefully you can read it. Hopefully you can see it. But he made that little fence, or his daughter made that little fence after I interviewed him, and because I made fun of him. I said that he looked like Wilson, especially with the how his camera is angled. So his daughter made that fence and flashed it on one of his dockets, and I saw it. He even said, "Hold on." He even said, "Oh, I do have this. Yes."
Howdy ho, neighbor.
Yeah. So yeah, he knows the joke. It's funny. All right, sorry. I had to take that little pause. Okay, back to the case.
There is no affidavit of meritorious defense. There has to be under the court rule. It literally says, "I shall not grant unless there's an affidavit of meritorious defense." So I'm required to follow the court rule in that situation. And so the
Well, I just like to
application.
say that that's all the
Sure,
documents
go ahead.
that they gave us at the court. They just had to fill out that paper.
Say again, I'm sorry?
When I came up to the courthouse, they said I just had to fill out that paper and turn it in with my 2 leases for the lease that I had prior to him purchasing the home.
Who gave you the information, or?
The clerk,
none of
because
my-
this is the paper that I needed.
Because
She
none of the
didn't
clerks
say anything about having anything notarized or anything.
Right, because they can't give out any legal advice. Hang on one second. All right, so now the form, they gave you the form, and the form is the
Yeah, he keeps himself on mute unless he's in an active hearing. So if he's just waiting for a case to be ready and he's streaming, he's on mute. But there's not a case going on. I also think if he has an in-person hearing, that they're usually on mute as well. Judge Shackelford does the same thing.
right form that you would need, but the form has all the information on it, and you're required to. They can't help you or tell you how to fill it out or what to do. It literally says the box is right here, and it says right here that when you sign it, and then there's a notary right here, because that's what an affidavit is. The notary swears you in, and you're basically saying, to the best of my information and belief, I believe that everything that here is a true statement. And it says right here, the affidavit is made by my personal knowledge and in sworn, I can testify competently to the facts in this affidavit. And then the notary has to notarize it. It wasn't even notarized, so it's not even a valid affidavit. Not to mention the claims. Even if I assume that you had a notary do it and you did it correctly and filed the proper paperwork, it's still not a valid defense. The only reason that they even have the requirement for an affidavit for a meritorious defense, that's why they call it meritorious defense, because it means that, hey, judge, you need to set this aside because, one, there was good cause. Something happened, whatever the good cause is, and an issue came up. Okay, let's just assume you had good cause. You were blocked in by a car or something, but I called the police department and they didn't have any record of anybody being called out, because if somebody was blocking my driveway in, I would have called the police to have them come move these people. But let's just assume that you had good cause. You don't have an affidavit of meritorious defense. You don't even have an affidavit, and the defense that you put in there wouldn't be meritorious. Meritorious means it would have won. If we had gone to hearing, I would have won. Mic drop.
It will. Nobody has, apparently
but it
the
won't,
paper's
because
not there that I attached with it. I had a document that was attached that had everything laid out.
right. I see the certificate of occupancy. Well, what I'm telling you is that that's not a valid defense in landlord-tenant. In landlord-tenant, the case is only about, do you owe rent? And if you owe rent, you got to either get caught up in the rent or vacate the premises.
I was already in a lease and my lease had not expired, and he did not own the home yet and signed a lease with me.
All right, so after
He
hearing,
doesn't have a rental certificate, and
the motion
everything
is
that he said he was
denied.
gonna come in and fix, he has not fixed.
The motion is denied, and the escrow funds be released to plaintiff's attorney and credited against the judgment or any balances owed.
Well, he's suing us for a security deposit that we already paid. Yes, we paid it to the former landlord and he's supposed to take that from him. It even says it in our lease.
Both parties will receive their true copy in the mail.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. I don't know why. I just love it when people just hang up. You know, it's like it's gonna change anything. Oh, I really showed them. I just hung up on that judge after the case was over. Yeah, that was definitely a Karen. I didn't call her a Karen just because the judge called her, not the judge, the attorney called her a professional tenant, and that's a term that I learned about a year ago, and I like that term. All right, Allie T, thank you so much for being a member for 4 months. That is awesome. Thank you, Allie. And Nancy, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm now cancer free. That's awesome, Nancy. Congratulations. That's great news. That is great news, Nancy. Speaking of which, let's see, Sparkle Poots. Sparkle Poots, I haven't seen your name yet. I don't know if you're here yet, but she sent me was it Venmo or PayPal? I think PayPal last night, right at the end of the stream, and I missed it. So Sparkle Poots, if you're here, say hi, and I will. But if you're not, I'll just shout you out when I see you pop in. Also, actually, 2 different people left super thanks on videos. One person today, one person yesterday. And I went back to try to get their names to write them down, and I can't find them. I can't sort for super thanks, but I am going to go look for them after this video because I want to make sure to shout you 2 out. But you guys are awesome as well. HCC for 6 months. Happy year. Thank you so much, HCC. I appreciate it. We're having a great night. All right, let's move on. I think the next one's the Kentucky clip. It's either Judge Simpson or Kentucky. I don't remember which one. Kentucky.
That was Mr. McCauley's case. Ricky Emberton.
He's been on one judge, and I think he just stepped out.
Could you check out there to see if Mr. Ricky Emberton is out there? Moving right along here.
Yeah, he's able to.
Joe about it. He stepped out.
They told me you were getting more difficult as you got older here. And I'm going to blame you. But I want to warn you that Mr. Hunley's been recharged and he's ready for you.
Yeah, I've noticed that, Judge.
He's like an Energizer bunny now.
Yeah, my battery's about run. I believe I had some alkalines or something.
Noah Freeman. There he comes. Wait a second, Mr. Freeman. You have a seat there. We'll call you. Ricky Emberton.
Yeah, part of the reason why I like this court is because of the accents. But
Colin versus Ricky Emberton.
This actually is kind of funny. I like the relationship between this judge and this attorney. You could tell they're friends just because of how they mess with each other, and it's going to come up a lot right here. Kind of reminds me of Judge Simpson and Feaster, how they just mess with each other. Wouldn't say Feaster. Is it Lauren Brett? Which one is it's the other Brown attorney? The attorney with the last name Brown, the one who had the whole donut argument. It reminds me of those two. Okay, let's go.
24 CR 0071. Are you Ricky Emberton?
Yes, sir.
You born in 1963? Last 4 digits of social security number 0973.
Yes, sir.
Here on a pretrial conference. What does the Commonwealth have to say? You don't come around, Mr.
We need a
Judge?
trial date, John.
What's the charge?
Wanting endangerment.
You made an offer.
Yeah, I think it's Ronald Brown. Lauren Brown. It's not Lauren Brown because I know downtown Lauren Brown and see other Brown. That's why I said it. The other Brown. But I think it is Ronald Brown. I think you're right. Isn't that special? No, I don't want to say it this way, but Lauren Brown's the black guy. So I know it's not him. It's the one that's, I don't know if Ronald Brown is, I don't know. I'm just going to stop. But I know it's not Lauren Brown. Lauren Brown's awesome. They have a great relationship, but that's not the one that I'm thinking of. Okay. Wow, you know what? While I'm paused. Mary Brown, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Howdy, Colin family. Boo. Boo. I'm here to support it and have some good entertainment. $5 to it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mary Brown. Thank you. All right. Back to Kentucky. Now it's going to be funny. Something about a horse.
I have.
What did you offer?
I can't remember, but I never got a counter offer, so. I didn't see any point much of that.
Well, Judge, we'd be glad to make a counter offer, but
Okay, make one.
we'll take a trial day, Judge.
What is the charge gonna be tried?
One endangerment, depending upon how far you set the trial date, they may be a misdemeanor have you
On the what?
for the horses. So. No, Mr. Lambert is alleged to have tried to run over a man on a horse.
On a horse, okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Now, I won't leave the horse out. He has rights too.
If they do that, Judge, we'd like the right to confront the horse.
We bring him in.
Usually you're dealing with the other end of the horse, aren't you?
Usually I am the other end, it seems like.
Okay, let's see what we have here. How far out, Mr. Stockton, do you need this to be?
Whenever, Judge, you want to say it's fine. I don't think there's any issue.
And Judge, just for the record, we've not received any video, any medical records, any photographs,
I don't
anything,
think there was any injuries.
no body cam. So as long as that's, if there is none, there is none, but we just want to put on.
There is.
No, I think that's what the judge thought it was too. He tried to run over, I'm guessing he was in a car. He tried to run over someone who was riding a horse. So someone else was riding a horse and he was in the car and he intentionally tried to run them over. That is what the allegation is the way that I understand it. But the only reason this is in here is you don't really hear that. It's in Kentucky. And that little conversation was funny about, the horse have rights too. And if they call the horse as a witness, he wants the right to be able to confront the horse. It was funny. It was funny.
We'll give you at least 24 hours notice.
I appreciate it.
Mr. Agent, not kind of.
How about November the 8th?
Judge, I've got a jury trial set on the 8th. I don't know for sure if it'll go or not, over in Judge Alexander's court.
Well, let's do it on the 15th then. Okay,
That's fine with me. Well.
I think we'll need to have the free trial.
All right, this is over. I should have stopped it right when after the horse jokes. I think it's just about finished, though.
okay, 15th.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
All right, that's it. Yeah, about a minute of dead air there we didn't need. Anyways, yeah, again, I thought it was funny. And I love their accents. Okay, we're going to Judge Simpson. A little warning about Judge Simpson. They haven't had the mic on the podium for about a week now, and it's annoying. So I grabbed a couple of his cases today. You know, it's not necessarily easy to hear the people at the podium though. But you know, we'll try our best. Okay, let's go.
Let's call the case. People versus Alina Bustle.
We'd be asking, I called out for Miss Bustle's name at approximately 9:15, 9:20. She wasn't here. This is the first I know she's here. Ma'am, ask this matter.
No,
Then we'd be asking for an adjournment.
then fill out the form.
Yep, thank you.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned to September 26th. Really? Aye. I don't. Probable cause conference will be adjourned September 26th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond will continue. Now you may go. Court does call the case People versus Benelli Cruz. What I gotta say? Never mind, never mind. I'll get it.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rebecca Chiappa, P62311, on behalf of Benelli Cruz.
Your name, ma'am? Thank you. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, we are requesting to schedule a preliminary exam at this time.
All discovery is complete?
Yes, I believe so.
Ms. Shepard, have you come to my office and picked up all the videos? I spoke with Mr. Burgess, who indicated he needed to bring a large hard drive to get them all. Were you able to do that?
I have not, I will do that.
So discovery is not complete? I'm sorry? You know,
Yeah, it was one of his last cases. I don't remember if it was his exact last one, but I grabbed that one. You know, for the first time ever, you know, that attorney kept a hearing to 5 minutes. But the important part is they set it for an actual, was it a trial or a prelim? I think they had the prelim. I don't know, but yeah, I'm excited for that case to actually go somewhere. So yeah, hopefully that we get to watch it.
oh dear, okay. Why do you say that? What's wrong?
She's not getting her discovery. She's not really doing what she should.
Okay, let's. Was this a MAC office appointment in this case?
I don't know. I know the PD had a conflict.
Yes.
So it was a PD case. Then you were appointed counsel in the case. Have you met with your attorney? Have you expressed your displeasure with it? What do you mean?
All right, we can't hear her, which sucks. But she just said what she's saying right now is she wants a different attorney. So, but yeah, the podium mic's not on, which is why I haven't really covered a lot of Judge Simpson over the last week. You just can't hear what's going on. But I tried to grab a few of the short cases today that I could kind of explain it. And yes, I saw Sparkle Pits come in. I was gonna wait till after this clip to pause it again, but since I'm paused, Sparkle Poots, thank you so much for the PayPal yesterday. I didn't see that you sent it right at the end of the stream. So I apologize for missing it last night, but thank you so much, Sparkle.
Like I met her and then I had to tell her. That's all.
Well, did you know it was going to be set for exam today? Okay.
If I may, Your Honor, Mr. Burgess, who represents the co-defendant, is going to request to adjourn the PCC as he has to obtain the remaining videos, which I.
Well, I don't know why, Ms. Jibbo, you were setting her exam and don't have the videos. I don't get it. Question mark. That's a question.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm confident that I can take a look at the videos. I have the other discovery and will be prepared for the preliminary exam.
Counsel, I get it, and I'm not questioning one's efforts or whatever. But she's charged with aiding and abetting a homicide.
Of course. I would suspect that setting a
Okay,
preliminary
so
exam
I'm
would
just gonna
be
do this
the
on
next
mine.
step.
I'm gonna grant your motion. Somebody get to the MAC office, tell them I need a new attorney to represent this defendant. Take her back. I'll bring her back out momentarily and we'll figure out what we're gonna do. Okay, Ms. Cruz?
I think Judge Simpson just fired the
I
attorney.
think Nancy is
Yeah.
the first,
Court does call the case. They have Cruz up now.
Oh, this is just a real quick.
Court recalls the case of people versus.
Good morning, Your Honor, Marcia Fisher on behalf of Ms. Cruz. Thank you, Your Honor, for that brief.
All
I
right.
will be requesting.
Previously or because of this? I don't think she did anything contemptuous. At least not here, like what we just saw. I mean, it was bad lawyering. But I don't know. I guess I don't know. Maybe that's how she usually handles herself. She maybe thinks that she understood the case and set it for an exam. But Judge Simpson's question after you schedule an exam is always, is all the discovery complete? You know, if you're requesting videos and you're already scheduled an exam, he's not going to like that, which is what just happened. He was very frustrated. All right, but this is Attorney Kreitzer. She'll take care of her.
And adjournment of PCC to run confirm with the.
Okay. So 2 weeks out.
Yes, please.
All right. And Ms. Cruz, while you weren't in the room while I was adjourning the other case, I checked with Ms. Kreitzer to make sure that that was okay. So that was something that occurred out of your presence. I wanted you to know that, okay? September 26, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond will continue, and I'm sure Ms. Kreitzer will be down to receipt you and everything. Okay? Thank you.
No, technically Judge Simpson didn't fire her, but it kind of sounded that way. We couldn't hear what the defendant was saying. The defendant brought up the issue where she wanted a new attorney. She wanted, I can't remember what her name was. She wanted her release and she wanted a new appointed attorney. That's what she said, but we couldn't hear her because the podium mic was off. So after hearing what was going on, that's when Judge approved the motion, allowed the motion, and kind of forced her to withdraw. So, you know, we can poke fun and say he fired her, but it's not technically what happened. But, you know, we can. It's funny. Anyways, Lexa, thank you so much, Lexa. Member for 7 months. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Lexa. And Cheshire Cat. Contempt of chat for talking to myself. Yeah, contempt of chat. There you go. You can talk to yourself all you want. Isn't that what you do? Isn't that what the Cheshire Cat does? He just like talks and talks and talks, sometimes to himself. But yeah, I think. Okay. I think we have one. Do we have another Simpson case? Or are we going down to Florida already? Yep, one more Simpson case. Oh,
That's
this
called the
guy.
case people versus Stephen Hensel.
Assistant Governor Kennedy, on Judge Adams, and so forth. Okay. This is bigger. I changed my mind, I'd like to actually do the pre-trial. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we all heard.
Okay.
So he wishes to have his prelim.
Sounds like
Albie, is it your birthday today? Is it your birthday today, Albie? Well, happy birthday. I'm going to take that message as it is your birthday today. So happy birthday. I'm sorry it was uneventful. Hopefully we can create an event for you. Let's create an event for Albie. Happy birthday, Albie.
And I'd like to tell the court that I'm going to. It's my personal belief that I've been suffering severe neglect in the care of the police here. So what I'd like to say is I am neurodivergent. I am prone to outbursts when triggered. That can result in vulgar stuff, things that are very out of character, things that trigger me are being overwhelmed by the overwhelming force, having more than one person come at me at once, people giving me authoritative commands, things like that. But not once have I been suicidal since I've been here. I was interpreted as suicidal both times that I was at the police station. They put me inside conditions that are extremely inhumane. Not once did I mention.
All right, this guy's complaining about how he's being treated in the jail. He's just complaining about the jail. And but I'm pausing it just because I want you to watch Judge Simpson. He's listening, but he's not paying attention.
At the hospital, the first time I was brought in. Despite this, I was treated as a suicide risk both times, and I think that's what treatment on my part. They left me under 24/7 lights, fluorescent lights. Bottom right is this, and all I had was a jacket to cover my face. I have sensitivity issues. I wasn't able to sleep for the first 5 days that I was here. I asked for a shower. I didn't get one until day 5. I was asking regularly, but walking by were unable to, they were dismissive. The phones were non-functional. So that I was kept in the first two, but the buttons work, you can turn it on, but once you get through the commands, it doesn't allow you to dial out. So I was unable to actually call anybody for a few days. When you get into the main part of the prison, there's a jail. There's the group of phones that can be turned on and off. The only one that works is the one farther away from the desk. And when you dial out, I'm not able to always use the device. I believe that I was denied the ability to communicate with people, and that's led to confusion, inability to protect myself in the case. There was no blanket provided to me, so all I had was my jacket to cover my head, and like I said, I couldn't sleep. I was transferred to maximum security cell for no apparent reason. Urine was covering the walls when I got there. That took me 40 minutes to clean that up. And that's a block of wads of paper, so leaving me to believe that I could suffocate in there. I scratched it all off, but it was all toilet paper crammed for my vent. The inmates have been intimidating. The man below me practices stabbing while I'm there. So what I hear during my time, I get 1 hour out. The rest of the man hearing down below, and the rest. You get the other inmates screaming, faggot, kill yourself. They'll go on for an entire hour. We had somebody show up, and for an entire hour, they were playing the bass drum by kicking their door. And so the conditions that I'm living in right now.
Excuse me, sir. What would you wish me to do?
I'm just putting this on record.
Okay. Are you almost
Say
done?
The laundry was collected.
Are you almost done?
Yes. The laundry was collected, the temperature dropped by 10 degrees, and if I hadn't saved my blanket, would have been extremely unbearable. There are torturous things going on in this place. I think that there's induced suicide happening, or at least the attempt to. I am serious that this, I've been trying to call my dad. It was his birthday yesterday. I called him 3 times and he wasn't able to pick up the phone. We've been trying to get that to work. That's about all I've got to say, and I'm familiar with you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Bellinger, what would you like to do?
Please.
Well, discovery complete, sir.
You're very arbitrary.
Thank you. You're welcome. Discovery is complete. People have their witnesses available the 24th.
Police officers will do our best, Your Honor, but I have been contacted about their availability.
All right. Preliminary examination in person, September 24th, 2024, 9 a.m. before Judge Barr.
Any further treatment, if I'm left in this condition, I'm going to.
Bond will
Professional immediately.
Bond will continue. Thank you. So these need.
So they call him back, and I didn't see what happened. I mean, we just heard what just happened, but I feel like something had to have happened between that when that ended and when this starts, because they're calling him back. So I don't know if this happened off screen or if there was a conversation, but I missed it. I was searching for it a little bit, then gave up. But yeah, they call him back. It's like an hour later. I don't even know if it's that long. It might be 45 minutes later. Okay, let's go.
Here we go. Court recalls case People versus Stephen Hensley.
That's a lot of people.
This is another senator on behalf of Mr. So no problem.
And you asked that this be recalled. You wish me to cancel the preliminary examination and refer for forensic evaluation.
That is correct. Prosecution.
Forensic evaluation is ordered. I've signed that order. I'll set a competency hearing for December 5th, 2024, 9 a.m. His bond will continue. Thank you.
I'll sue you all.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm gonna sue you all. Okay. That's my favorite response. I'm gonna sue you. Okay. Do your thing, man. All right. Okay, we're leaving Michigan. Let's see. Michigan, Kentucky. We're going to Florida. We're gonna be in Florida. We're gonna be in Judge Gauthier's court for the rest of the video. I've got 3 different clips of the same case. 2 of them from Tuesday, 1 of them from today. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. It ends on a good note though, but it is kind of sad. Sad to watch. Okay, let's go.
Your Honor, I have Clefa Ann Simmons before you. This is case number 23 CF 69, and this time Ms. Simmons will admit that she violated the terms of her probation. The state is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the super chat. I'm trying to grab the super chat as the membership milestones in between the videos now to try to have them run more smoothly, but I forgot to check before I hit play. Kimmy, thank you so much. Happy birthday. Exactly. Happy birthday, Albie. You are loved. You are loved. Thank you so much, Kimby.
Was offered, and Ms. Simmons has agreed to a modification and extension for the full 5 years of her supervision for the original date of sentencing. She will have to complete outpatient treatment and aftercare.
You're absolutely right. Why did I say Gauthier? This isn't Gauthier. Oh my gosh. What's his name? It starts with a C, doesn't it? I think I called him this yesterday too. Oh man. Is it Colin? Yeah, that's what's in my. Yeah, I think that's right. Yes. Why did I say Gauthier? Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed. Because I called him that yesterday. The video I released yesterday with him, I called him that. Man. I'm so sorry, Judge. I know you're not watching, but I am really sorry.
All previously imposed conditions that haven't been satisfied are reimposed. In addition, there will be a $250 VOP fee, and she will do random UAs once a week at her expense while on this probation.
Looks like she was already tried outpatient and she was discharged. Why was she discharged from care?
I don't know, they didn't I mean, I didn't know that I was supposed to keep going once I violated, so I never got over there. I never got back over after my violation.
Then you tested positive again for meth. You got to do inpatient.
No, it was just the first time. I only had one violation.
When I say you tested positive for meth, you were on probation and you admitted that you used methamphetamine.
Yes, sir.
And you had outpatient drug treatment and you were discharged.
I didn't know. See, I tried to talk to the probation office about it. I talked to you about it. I told you.
Listen, Miss Simmons, you're going to do inpatient treatment, man. You got to.
Sir, I got my granddaughter. Please listen to me. I'm begging the
I'll
court.
listen to you.
I have my daughter just got signed for 3 years of prison.
Where's your daughter?
She's in prison. She just got to Ocala to the reception center. And I have my 10-year-old granddaughter. I've had her every day. You can call the school. Miss Traylor has helped me. She helps me because I don't have transportation. We get to the bus. I mean, I have her every day. She's waiting on me right now to get home. I mean, I will not violate. I will not give you any more trouble. I promise. Just please work with me. I don't want to see her gone. There's nobody else to take her.
That wasn't a concern for you and your daughter?
Well,
she's gone to prison and you were on probation. You admitted that you're using methamphetamine and you didn't follow up with care like you told me you would.
I tried to get over there. I made my first main appointments, but I've had trouble with transportation. I mean, that's why the school's helping me with getting her back and forth. They told me I could start coming to Port St. Joe to do care. That's what they told me in Panama, that they have a treatment center in Port St. Joe that I can come to. That's a lot easier for me. I live at 5 Acre Farm, so it's closer to St. Joe than it is to Weewa.
Who else is at home with you?
Just me and her.
What's your daughter's name?
Kristen Davidson.
She was sentenced to prison out of Gulf County?
Yes, sir.
Bay County.
Bay County.
Yes, sir. She had charges in about 3 or 4 different counties. I'll do a house arrest, anything that I have to do.
Well, I'm not worried about you being out where you shouldn't be. I'm worried about the drug habit you have.
But they can test me every time I go in. I don't mind. I mean, I like I said, I don't have anybody else to take care of her. Her dad signed his rights away and moved to Rocky Top, Tennessee with his new wife, and it's just me and her. I have a younger daughter, but she's not capable of taking care of her.
How old is your younger daughter?
She is 30.
He is. This judge is he's a tough judge, but he's also very compassionate. I'm trying to think of a judge to compare him to. I don't know. I really like him. He's one of my favorite judges to watch. He doesn't stream every day, but when he does, I always make sure to catch it. Generally watch it from start to finish. I really do like this judge.
2, I think, 31.
Why is she incapable?
She's just wild. She don't slow down. She does never slow down. I don't even see her very often, but to tell you the truth.
Methamphetamines, you don't slow down when you're using meth.
Well, she's been in prison. She's been in prison 4 times.
I'm talking about you.
I don't go nowhere. I don't.
I'm talking about you're going anywhere, ma'am. You have a 10-year-old that you're caring for.
I understand that, and that's why I'm asking for a chance. I promise
using
you.
meth, ma'am.
No, I don't use. Listen, when I went to prison before, I went to prison. I come home. I lost my husband of 23 years to a car accident, and then my dad died 2 months later of COVID. I come home. My house was completely ramshacked. I didn't have no means. I lived there for almost 3 months with no power. And yes, I was kind of down and out on my luck, but it's not something that have to have. It's not something that I even live for. I don't get up in the mornings and say, hey, I'm gonna go get drugs. I don't live like that anymore.
When did you stop?
Before I went to prison
When did you go to prison?
in 20.
This says that you admitted March 1st,
I
2024
know,
that you used
that's
meth.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I just had a rough bout. I got around the wrong people. But I won't make no mistakes with my granddaughter. I didn't have her then. I have her now.
And the plea is to care.
We didn't specify a judge, we just did outpatient treatment. She provided our office and I provided to Ms. Smith the documents where she's got custody of the granddaughter.
You won't see me back. I give you my word.
And
Are
I
you
said I was aware
employed?
that Miss Davison
I
had gone to
do a little
prison.
bit of housekeeping on the side. That's all. I don't have transportation is my biggest problem.
No wonder they call it Weewall. How do you even pronounce that? Wichita? You know what? Why am I trying to pronounce words? I can't even pronounce Cheshire. That one. I can't pronounce it.
Are there any NA meetings here in Gulf County? Ms. Smith, Mr. Hill, Ms. Parker?
There used to be one at one of the Baptist churches, but I'm not sure if it's still going.
They used to have them at the community center in Weewall.
They have some. I mean, I think her issue is transportation.
I live out in the middle of nowhere.
Is that Weewall?
Well, 5 Acre Farm is between Weewall and Port St. Joe.
Her issue is transportation. She registered for care. One appointment, she never went. So
I did go. I've sat in and done the.
Let's not argue. Ms. Parker, anything else, ma'am? He said she registered for one appointment, didn't go.
I
And
mean, she registered for care. She went to the initial appointment and then she was at X amount of sessions. And that's the last session. Her reporting is sporadic at best. And it's always her transportation. So
It is,
giving her
though.
a weekly UA is not gonna, she's not gonna be able to do it.
I can do it. I can. I have a couple of people that's willing to help me. I've already talked to everybody just in case something happened, because she's sitting there waiting. I mean, I'm just asking for one more opportunity to do this. I will do it.
Ms. Simmons, the issue is if I add that you have to go to NA meetings.
I'll go, whatever I've got to
Once
do.
listen to me once or twice a week, in addition to doing outpatient treatment. If you don't have transportation, what will happen is if you miss one meeting, you'll be right back before me.
No, I won't miss them. If I have to, whatever I've got to do, I'll do it. If I have to take her with me.
You don't need to take a 10-year-old to NA meetings.
She used to go with her mama. I mean, I'm all she's got.
I understand that. That's why we're not going to do inpatient, but we need to kick this habit.
Yes, sir. I'm doing pretty good as that is anyways. I'm not around any of the people I used to be around. They do not come to my house. I don't have any gatherings. I don't have any shenanigans going on at my place. It's just me and her.
You're telling me that you're clean.
I'm clean, yes. And I've been around weed and stuff, and I've got family members that smoke weed. A lot of them. Matter of fact, one of them that's got cancer has a card to get weed. But I don't hang out with drugs.
No, I'm saying that you're clean, that you don't use any controlled substances.
I don't use nothing. I used a couple of 800 milligram Motrin or ibuprofen for a toothache that I've had. And I went to the hospital today because I've been running fever for COVID. I thought I had COVID, but they tested negative.
And the last time you used meth was back in March of this year. Is that
Yes, sir. I just took a test just 2 days ago with my probation office.
Ms. Parker, she took a test 2 days ago?
Maybe 3 days ago, but I just tested with them just a couple of days ago on the Weewalt office. Yes, sir.
There's somebody earlier who took a test with probation last week and was negative and
Yeah,
decided
well,
to use
I'm
after
gonna
that.
go, I'll go every week down there and I'll do a swab test every week. I'll go every week if you need me to in the Weewalt office and take one if that's what you want me to do.
It's not what I want you to do, is what you should want to do.
I do want to do it. I want to be there for her. I don't want to be a disappointment or let her down like everybody else has.
Yeah, I can nail this one. You're the Weewall cat. Yep, Weewall cat. Nailed it. That's all I gotta say. Everyone's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Haha, joke's on you. Can't change your name for a week.
It's been just like that for her.
What's your name? Ms. Simmons, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna give you a UA. So you go, we'll give you a UA. If you're negative, you don't have anything in your system, I'll accept your plea. Yes, sir, I know you will. Ms. Simmons,
Yes, sir.
and this is 23 CF 69. We were talking about the plea. You told me you were clean, you're doing right. I told
Well,
you to
I've been
take
doing
one
pretty
moment.
right. I should have told you the whole truth.
You told me that you wanted to take care of your granddaughter.
Oh no, I forgot to put the fade in, fade out. He made her take a UA, and it was, yeah. Sorry, we missed the time lapse. This is about a half hour later after the UA. Man, I was gonna pause it and ask you guys what do you think she tested, but I think I just ruined that one. Sparkle Poots, thank you so much for the super chat. You had one job, Colin. One, yeah, I know. You said that back when I called him the wrong name. Yeah. And then right after that, I said he's one of my favorite judges and apparently don't even know his name. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
I do,
And
in the worst kind of way.
I told you I was basically going to accept your plea as long as you didn't test positive and you tested positive for methamphetamine.
Yeah, she's done a sleep. She went to a sleepover Saturday, and I went riding out with her friend for a little while. I didn't figure it'd be in there that long, but I'm asking you to work with me, please, any way I can. I'll move in with my mama if I have to. She just can't take care of her by herself. I'll take her and move in with mama if I have to.
Where's the child now?
She is at a friend of mine's until I can get home and get her.
You're not going home today.
Judge, please don't do this. I'm begging you. She don't have anywhere else to go.
You
Please.
did this, Miss Simmons.
Can you give me give just a little time to get her situated somewhere?
Situated where, ma'am?
Somewhere at my mom's or somewhere that can look after her. She don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that unless we don't have figure that out. DCF is going to be picking her up, and I'm going to be having a
No,
shelter
I don't
here.
want that to happen. Please.
I don't want that to happen either.
Please give me a chance.
What we're
I'm
gonna
begging
do-
you, please. I'll do
Listen,
anything.
The chance is not for you. You've already
I
tested
understand
positive.
that. I
You're
do,
doing
but she
listen
already
to me.
makes me better.
Listen
Please,
to me.
sir.
Listen.
If anybody deserves it, I do. I do. You don't know what I've been through. I've been through a lot. I'm so much better than I
Do you
used to be.
recall 15 minutes ago what you told me, ma'am?
I do.
It was not the truth. It was
It was
the furthest
mostly
from
the
the truth.
truth. It really mostly was the truth.
I asked if you had used. You said no. You looked at Ms. Parker.
I
You
did.
said 2 days
I
ago.
did, and I
Listen,
shouldn't have lied about it. I shouldn't, but I don't use it I don't use it all the time. I don't use it all the time.
I hear
I
that a
used
lot.
to.
I hear that a lot. You're
Sir?
gonna no. You're gonna get clean.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna do inpatient treatment.
What am I gonna do with my baby?
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna need some phone numbers.
You're not gonna even let me go home and tell her about her nothing.
You put yourself and your granddaughter in this situation
Sir,
when
please,
you decided to use methamphetamine, knowing that you were.
People do so much worse. Please, sir, just give me time to go home and talk to her
No, ma'am.
and tell her,
What
please.
we're gonna do?
Myself.
Listen, you're gonna go into custody. We're gonna
My
bring you back
God.
on Thursday. We're gonna talk to you. We're gonna get some phone numbers. We
my
can go off the
God.
record. Let's go off the record. We're gonna get some phone numbers, Mr. Hill, if you don't mind. Or
This is not funny, Miss Parker.
I don't think it's funny at all.
all right, Miss Judy. We're finished for today.
Sir.
Oh, never mind. Well, never mind. We're not finished for
What
today.
about all my stuff in the vehicle outside?
We're going to make sure that your granddaughter is taken care of. We're gonna make sure that somebody can come and pick up your vehicle. So just have a seat. All right. Give us some phone numbers, some names, and we'll make sure that your granddaughter.
Judge, this ain't right.
I know it's not right, ma'am.
If people get
Go
more
back. I have to
chances
go back on the
than
record.
this, I mean. What am I gonna do?
You're on record, sir.
Ms. Simmons, come back up. We're gonna need phone numbers.
I'm trying
For
to
somebody.
find them.
If we can't, the family friend or your mom or somebody, your other daughter, to take care of the child until Thursday. I'm gonna have to.
Until when?
I'm gonna bring you back on Thursday, but we're gonna have to talk to someone to pick up. Make sure your granddaughter is cared for.
Step over and give her the information you need to give her. We got business to take care of. Come on, Ms. Phelps.
Man, again, how did I forget the fade in, fade out? I thought that maybe it was just on the first part I forgot it, but nope. All three parts of this video. All right. So both those parts happened on Tuesday. He did bring her back. This is now today, Thursday. So he promised. Now, what I did cut out was about 5 more minutes of her whining. They gave her a long leash after the judge placed her in custody, because she sat there and she kept making phone calls. That never happens. You never see a judge let that happen. And this is why I say he was compassionate, because she was actually, like, you could hear her on the phone. She was calling people and she was asking, like, can you please pick her up? So you could hear her, and they were letting her do that. Okay. Now it's today. Now, is he going to let her out of jail or keep her in? I think he's got a really soft spot for her for some reason. She doesn't deserve it. I think he's thinking of the child. I mean, 10 years old, man, I couldn't. 10-year-old mom's in jail for 3 years. Come on, grandma.
Yes, sir. All right, Ms. Simmons, we're back here. You were with us on Tuesday. You know what happened. I put you on the docket to come back today. I believe Ms. Smith indicated that their the state's offer was withdrawn.
That's right, Judge.
Okay.
So we're in a posture now, Judge, where Ms. Simmons has 2 options. She can go forward with an evidentiary hearing, at which time the state would be required to prove the allegations of EOP before Your Honor, or Ms. Simmons can enter an admission that she violated the terms of her probation. And at that time, you would impose sentence in accordance with the sentencing guidelines in her case. So that's where we're at. I know the original recommendation from the state was outpatient drug treatment, but that all went out the window when Ms. Simmons tested positive for drugs on Tuesday. So
Judge, I think even probation recommended the inpatient, but I had agreed to the outpatient due to the custody of the child.
that's right. That's right. So if Ms. Simmons is prepared to enter an admission and waive her right to a hearing, Judge, I would ask the court to go along with the probation officer's recommendation of inpatient drug treatment here in this case. Modify supervision and go that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm inclined to do. My hiccup is the child. Because inpatient treatment is going to be 3-4 months at a minimum. Do we know the update with the child if somebody's able to care for her?
Judge, I received a call from the counselor at the school. Her name is Ashley Wooten. She was asking me to give her advice on what she should do with the child. I told her that since I represented Ms. Simmons, that was conflict of interest, and I couldn't give her advice on that matter since I was Ms. Simmons' lawyer, and recommended that she either talk to one of her supervisors or perhaps talk to the school board council as to what they might be able to do. So I know Ms. Wooten was at least trying to figure out something, ways to help the child. I believe Ms. Simmons indicated there's a Jan Traylor, who's a member of our community, was somebody else that was trying to offer some assistance.
She was going to help me.
So I've not received any other information since we were here on Tuesday, Judge. beyond what I just mentioned.
Any other family members? I know you said the child's biological mother is in prison.
Yeah, she's
Your
in
younger
prison.
daughter is in a
My-
situation not to care for the child.
My ex-husband supposedly has her right now.
Is he blood related to her?
Yeah.
Okay, so her grandfather,
Yes, sir.
she here in Gulf County?
Yes, sir.
Is he able to care for her?
Well, I mean, he will. He probably don't really, I mean, space-wise, I told him he could even stay at my house if he needed to, because she has a room there.
Is he without housing?
No, he has a house just small.
Who lives with him?
His girlfriend and his mother, my ex-mother-in-law,
What's his name?
Dean Nickel.
Is Mr. Nickel here?
I don't think so. But he has, right now, that's who has her, and, I mean, she won't do without anything, but
You said DCF placed her with you when your daughter
no,
went to
not
jail?
DCF, her mom.
Her mom?
Yes, sir.
When's the last time she's spent the night with your ex-husband, or she's been in his
Oh,
life?
they went to the ball game and she spent the night with him about a month ago.
They have a relationship?
Yes, sir. Yeah, somewhat. I mean, not like me and her, of course, but they talk on a regular and I apologize for Tuesday, by the way. It was stupid. Should just told you outright. Nobody get away with it anyway.
You should apologize to lying to the judge, absolutely. But why are you focused on lying to the judge? What you should have just said is, "I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have used. I knew there was a chance I would get caught. That was dumb." Yeah, lying was bad. You lied to the judge. You were right to apologize for that. Why didn't you change? You should have changed your focus on your apology right there, though, ma'am.
You say your granddaughter's 10 years old?
Yes, sir. 4th of July. She turned 10.
You need help, Ms. Simmons.
I'll go along with that.
The issue, and I'm fine with going along with the probation officer's recommendation with inpatient treatment that will require, though, that I make a report to DCF and the child will probably be sheltered in your ex-husband's care. If he's somebody appropriate, if not,
I mean,
they'll
yeah,
look
he
for family
will.
members and
It's
non-family
just
members.
He'd probably be, I mean, she won't like it because he's more strict, of course, kids. But he'll take care of her.
What grade is she in?
She's in 5th grade.
It wouldn't be a video of mine if Judge Simpson didn't come up at one point. Let's see. Hold on. I didn't edit this out, so I wonder if yeah, we'll see.
Is someone here from the school?
Yep.
No. Because you have your 10-year sheltered and your ex-husband.
All right, fixed. Yeah, I mean, we have to hear Mr. Allen's voice at least once, right? All rise. That was my deep voice. Didn't do it really well, I know.
Husband's care. If he's somebody appropriate, if not,
I mean, yeah,
they'll look
he
for family
will.
members and non-family
just
members.
He'd probably be, I mean, she won't like it because he's more strict, of course, kids. But he'll take care of her.
What grade is she in?
She's in 5th grade.
Is someone here from the school? Do you know? No?
I don't see anybody, Judge.
What I'm gonna do, Ms. Simmons, is I'm gonna go along with Mr. Hill and Ms. Smith's original recommendation. Because you have your 10-year-old granddaughter, you need help.
Did anybody see that coming? So what he did is he just reverted back to the deal that she was trying to plead to on Tuesday before she tested dirty. So essentially her punishment was 2 days in jail and she's going home. Did anybody see that coming? And I just saw, I think Sally said someone said palate cleanser. Yeah, we're going to need something else after this. I've got one video. All it's labeled as Judge Perkins. I made it on Monday. I don't know what it is, but I made it to potentially do just a video release on. So yeah, I have no idea what it is though. But we'll watch that after this, just for a palate cleanser. It's an 18-minute long video, so we'll finish it on that. So we don't finish it on this.
I'm also going to, I'm not going to make a report to DCF for child abuse, neglect, or abandonment, but I will contact DCF to see if they can provide any services to you.
Yes, sir.
To get you some help, not only with your granddaughter, but also with the drug habit you have.
Yes, sir.
You're going to do outpatient treatment. You're also going to go to NA classes, and you're going to do random UAs. You're going to be on house arrest and have a curfew.
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me?
I do.
Ma'am, you admit you violated your probation?
Yes, sir.
Anyone threaten, coerce you in any way to get you to admit you violated your probation?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of anything today?
No, sir.
No, you tested positive for ecstasy and methamphetamine on Tuesday, 2 days ago, or MDMA.
Just meth.
There's ecstasy, there's MDMA in there as well. I just didn't announce it.
I don't know what that would have been, but
But you haven't used anything
just meth.
in the jail? You haven't used anything? I hope
No,
not.
sir. No, sir.
You're clear-minded,
Yes, sir.
waiving your right to an evidentiary hearing?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to accept your admission, ma'am. I'm going to modify your probation. All previous conditions are reimposed in addition to a $250 violation of probation fee. You'll do outpatient treatment at CARE. You need to contact CARE or first contact probation by tomorrow morning, 9 a.m.
Yes,
You
sir.
need to complete care, follow up with any treatment. You also need to attend at least one Narcotics Anonymous class per week.
Yes, sir.
Next year will be on drug offender community control 2. That's with a curfew of 7 to 7, also with an ankle monitor.
Yes,
It'll be
sir.
$1 per day at your own expense.
Yes, sir.
I'm also going to contact DCF to see if they can provide you services, and you, as a condition of your probation, you'll be required to comply with any services that DCF may provide for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
You got 30 days from today to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Madam Probation Officer, any questions, ma'am? Okay.
Thank you.
Ms. Simmons,
Yes, sir.
kick that drug habit.
Yes, sir.
Take this as an opportunity to get right. If you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for your grandchild,
Will
so she doesn't end up in foster care.
do that.
All right? I step over and see, get your fingerprints and see probation if you need to.
He is probably the luckiest person that I saw in court all day today. I mean, the fact that, she is on house arrest now. So he did raise some of what she has to do on probation, but the fact that she's getting out of jail and they're not contacting CPS because she's not going to inpatient. So he's going to get her daughter. She's going to get the granddaughter back. Okay. All right. That one's over. Like I said, I'm not going to end it on that. We got to end it on something else. But I'm not going to lie to you. I have no idea what this clip is. Like I said, I labeled it Judge Perkins and that's it. Usually I'll put a note on it. Yeah, didn't put a note on this, so I don't know what it is, but we'll watch it together. No, we don't need to see my intro.
Your Honor, Ms. Robinson is talking with Defendant Green. She's in the breakout. She's in the breakout room with him.
Yes, thank you.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Judge Green is gonna plead guilty.
All right. Is he ready?
Ready?
What is he gonna plead guilty to? You can give me case numbers and stuff. I have it all written out. All right. Let's go back on let's go back on the record with Mr. George Green. Mr. Green, I'll give you an opportunity to speak to counsel. Counsel, what's gonna be the resolution?
Judge, the resolution, and I don't have the case numbers in front of me. I was going by the officer's tickets. I apologize.
I forgot about this. I know what this is. This guy has like 30 tickets and they're reading them all. So I fast forwarded this. I didn't know it kept the sound in when I fast forwarded like this. So it makes it kind of funny. But I literally shrunk, why did I say literally? I shrunk about 10 minutes of just reading tickets. It's still an 18-minute video, but I think the clip was maybe 30 minutes long. But okay. Sorry, I didn't warn you guys. Judge King was the chief judge of the 36th district a while back. I'm going to say maybe 10 years ago. But I researched this when I interviewed him. He was the chief judge, but I feel like it was like a kind of a pro tem type thing. Like maybe the chief judge stepped down and he was put in as like a substitute chief judge until, they actually, whatever the process they do to appoint a chief judge. And when they appointed one, it wasn't him. I think that's what happened. I'm not sure if that's when Meconico got it or not, but he was the chief for I think it was a year, maybe a year and a half. All right, and fast forwarding done. So now I know when I fast forward, I need to mute it.
I did ask my client if he wanted to line up the cases and go one after another with trial. So just putting that on the record, Judge, he was given that option.
Okay.
I'm willing to do it if he is.
Okay, let me carry you back, sir. I don't know if he's gonna remember all these incidents or not, but we can try. All right, let me carry you back. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. You understand the maximum possible penalty for these offenses are 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes.
You understand you have an absolute right to a trial?
Yes.
Ms. Robinson went over your other advice and rights in the breakout room, did she not?
Yes, she did.
You understood those rights?
Yeah.
Any questions about those rights?
No.
You know, by taking this deal, you're gonna give those rights up?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you don't want to do it, but hey,
I just don't understand it. Like, I mean,
what don't you understand?
Like if I plead guilty, I just don't want to go to jail. I just want to get this stuff over with, do what I gotta do so I can put this behind me. I want to get my license back. I want to get on the right track.
Well, you're not gonna get your license back for a number of years after you take this deal, that's for sure, I can tell you that.
Yeah,
but
so
you'll put it behind you and you won't go to, you're not going to jail.
So out of all this, I still not gonna get my license back.
Not with these pleas. But it'll come in time.
So another,
But I mean, to be real though, and Mr. Green, this is what you left in your way. You out there running amok.
I understand. I'm 38 years old. I'll be 39 this year. I'm ready to do right. And a lot of those
I
tickets,
understand, and you can do right, but you just can't expect that I can do all this wrong, and now I'm ready to do right, and then everything else goes your way like that.
I
You
understand
gotta
that.
do right, you gotta do right, and you gotta continue to do right, and you're gonna have to walk this down. That's all it is to it.
I understand that. That's why I'm here today. I see
Yeah,
people
I
drunk
got you.
drive. I see people drunk driving, cause accidents, all this. Now I just got.
Let's not talk about what everybody else is doing. I see it too. Let's
I
talk about
understand.
what Mr. Green has done.
I understand.
I see reckless driving. I see 31 over. I see a couple of reckless drivings. I see all of this stuff.
It should have been one reckless driving in the Mustang.
It probably was one, but it's plenty of other stuff. I mean, it's not super serious, but hey, I don't make the offers.
I understand. I just want to get it over with so I can get my life together. That's all I'm trying to do.
All right. So do you understand your rights?
To be honest, I do.
Come on now.
Because I just don't want to put myself in a situation where it's going to mess me up more. Like I don't really understand. Like if I plead guilty, then I still have to do other stuff to make it right. So if I don't plead guilty and take it to trial, I'm not understanding if I take it to trial, then what? Like I
Then
gotta.
you either you get found guilty or you get found innocent. Or you don't get found innocent. Either you get found guilty or you get found not guilty.
So if I get found,
if that way, the way that goes, if you could do better, you could do worse, or it could stay the same. I don't know how that's gonna work. You got a very good lawyer. You want to talk to her again about it?
yes, I would like to, because I'm not confused, but if I plead guilty, it's not gonna make anything better.
Listen, I've already told you, what you want is not gonna happen. What you want is, you want to plead, you want to take care of this stuff, and you want to be able to go right now to Secretary of State and just like you told me, I've been doing right, I'm 39 years old, I want to put this stuff behind, it's just not gonna happen that fast.
Okay.
You didn't get all those tickets in one swoop either, did you? It took you time to build up all those tickets, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
So it's gonna take you time to walk them all down.
Okay.
So you want to speak to Miss Robinson?
No, I just gonna plead guilty.
No. So maybe you can give her some more information, and she can go back to the city, and they can she can probably try to get an updated offer. I'm here. I'll wait if she wants to do that.
I'll always try to get an updated offer. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you back in the breakout. Go talk to him, get some more information from him, and I'll give you a chance to speak to Mr. Bowman again.
All right. So I
Rejoin
think
the
I'm
room,
going.
Mr. Green.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, this is why I didn't put this out of the video. It's interesting, but it's not super entertaining. This guy just has a lot of tickets, and he doesn't really have an attitude problem. He just thinks that, he's gonna snap his fingers and put guilty to all this and get all his tickets and get his license. But no, he's gonna get some points, and I think there's a minimum suspension. I think Judge Perkins will say it. I think it's 2 years. But hey, if he's being truthful about trying to get his life together, you build up 18 years of tickets. But I fast forwarded it. There were 10 minutes of tickets that they read into the record. But I feel like there's another twist that's coming, because this video is only half over. But while I am paused, Jenny, thank you so much for the PayPal. I don't know what your name is in the chat though. So I'm just calling you Jenny. I'm not going to say your last name. But thank you so much for the PayPal. I appreciate it. Very generous of you. Okay, let's see what happens.
Judge, we're back. So Mr. Green wants to plead guilty. There's no movement on the offer.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Green.
I want to change it. I want to take it to trial because I'm just still confused. I know that I want to take it to trial. I just want to take it to trial
Okay, let's do the trial then.
because I'm scared. I just don't want to go to jail. Man.
You're okay, that's fine, Mr. Green.
Okay.
I'm not gonna send you to jail.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
All right. Mr. Bowman, where are these officers?
I don't have my operator's license. I never had license.
Jenny with the big heart. That works. That works.
Mr. Green, stop talking.
Okay. I'm sorry.
At least 3 are listed in as still.
Only one that decided to stay was Corporal Spidell. And then corporate, he has given an explanation to the court on why I can accept his representation. His mom got sick. Nobody else said anything. Everybody else is gone.
Your Honor, I think that there may also be some confusion because Officer Rule that you talked to briefly about Tanika Lowry. He asked you a question about Capias and you said yes. And I think he left and may have forgotten that he has tickets on Mr. Green.
Okay, but then there's plenty other officers that were here. There's a host of them. Dinar. So this is why I want somebody to give me a Richardson, Dinar, Nelson, Welch. Nobody said anything except for, and Corporal Spidell is the only one that stayed.
All right. So for you guys that don't, who, maybe you're chatting, not following along. So this guy had so many tickets and he just read the names. So 5 officers were there for this. All of them left except for 1. And that causes a big problem. They were there, so they weren't dismissed, but now they left when he's actually, he's gone back and forth all day on whether or not he was going to take this. So now what does Judge do? Does he dismiss the tickets now? The officers that aren't there? This guy might have just got the biggest break of his life just because he was flip-flopping all day. And
corporate is the only one that gave to inform the court where they're going to be.
Your Honor, I appreciate what you have said, what their responsibilities are. But on the other side of the scale is we have a defendant who has 28 tickets and has flip-flopped at least 3 times in the last 30 minutes as to whether or not he wants to.
So by that statement that you just made, what should that tell those officers?
What I suggest is that if in
now we have officers coming back in.
Okay.
What should that tell that officer just by the statement you just made?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, which statement?
The statement that we have a defendant, regardless of how many tickets he has, but the fact that he's flip-flopped 3 times, meaning that he might not take this deal. I need to sit back around and wait.
Well,
they need to be excused. I'm the one that lets them, that lets them go and lets them not. I let everybody know this all the time. You tell me you're in the courtroom, I check, I mark the file, you're in another courtroom. I understand that. You give us your telephone number, you're available. You just don't just get up and leave.
Two things to say, Your Honor, if I may. Corporal Spidell and Officer Nelson have checked back in. That's number one. Number two, as it relates to the unexcused absences of the police officers who are listed on these tickets, if Mr. Green wants a trial, let's adjourn his trial date and we'll have a trial. And I will guarantee those officers at trial.
Miss,
I would object, Your Honor, if I would like just to proceed today.
all right.
Unless Mr. Green wants an adjournment.
Well, what we're gonna do is, Officer Nelson, how did you happen to, how did you happen to come back in?
Officer Spidell mentioned that,
I thought that was exactly what happened. I thought that was exactly what happened. Corporal Spidell, I don't need you to do that.
My apologies, Your Honor.
Yeah, I don't need you to do that.
what I would say, Your Honor, is we work in the same building and we're.
I don't, that's not the point. The point is this. The point is, each and every officer, I try to be as fair as possible. If you have something, let me know. Put it in the chat. Let the city attorney know. Don't just leave. Because this is the very reason why that is because just like Mr. Bowman said, we have a defendant that's flip-flopped on the offer a couple of times. We've got to wait around and see what's going on. Now I have a defense attorney. Go ahead, Counselor.
Your Honor, we'll just proceed to trial. That's what Mr. Green wants. If the court has available time, let the people put their proofs on, I guess.
So here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn the matter. I'm going to adjourn the matter. But I am going to dismiss the cases of the officers that are not here, except for Officer Spidell and Officer Corporal Corbett. And then we'll go to trial on those cases. All right.
Yes, Judge.
There you go. There's still a couple minutes left of this, so something else must happen. But out of 28 tickets, there were 5 officers, 3 of them left. So how many of the tickets were just dismissed? That's they're adjourning it. They're going to schedule for another day, and there's probably going to be a new offer. Again, this guy got a lucky break. He did. So I hope he was truthful on trying to turn his life around. I really do.
Your Honor, so you're going to give us you've granted my motion to adjourn the trial. You're going to give us a new trial. You have dismissed the tickets where the officers are not presently here. And lastly, we're going to proceed on those tickets. If that is my understanding, I would ask the court to list which tickets we are going to proceed on.
We're going to proceed on Corporal Corbett's tickets, and we're going to proceed on Officer Spidell's tickets. The rest of the matters are going to be dismissed.
Okay. Officer Corporate and Officer Spidell. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes. And I'm not dismissing them for no appearance. I'm just gonna just write dismissal on them, because they did appear, but it's just that it's gotta be, you gotta show the court some kind of, let the court know what you're gonna do. Because we have a situation that has happened before, and this is your first time of having it happen, but I've asked every city attorney in here, can they make sure that they let the officers know where they're gonna be? Corporal Corporate, it did that. All right. So that's gonna be the ruling of the court. The next court date is gonna be 11/19/2024 at 9 a.m.
11/19/24 at, I'm sorry,
At 9 a.m.
thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Be safe, officers.
Ms. Robinson,
Mr. Green.
Yes.
All right. That's it. That's all I got. Just wanted to play that so we didn't finish on the Judge Collier case. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for the super chats, the membership milestones, the PayPals. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. It's generally landlord-tenant day, so hopefully we get a couple good cases out of tomorrow. Got a couple good things in my folder that I'm going to be releasing in the next couple days. So I hope you guys watch it. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did. All right. You guys are awesome. If you haven't done so, please hit that like button. I would appreciate it. And until next time, bye.
Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Robinson, can we continue to be in the breakout room, please?
Yes.
Thank you.